Hey, what's up, team? This is Todd here, and this is the time for your weekly video update about the White House campus of Cedar Creek Kids. And guys, I'm super excited because Tuesday night we had a Dream Team leader gathering for the Dream Team of White House, and it was super fun. It was super exciting. We were able to worship, have some fun, prayer, give a little bit of an update of where we're at as a campus. And so for you guys, as a team, just know that over the past month, we have actually been averaging over 200 kids a weekend, which is pretty freaking awesome. That's a lot of families getting connected. That's a lot of lives being changed, and we got a story like this past weekend, the Arnold family. And so if you serve on Saturday nights, any service, you are making a difference. And for the Arnold family specifically, they have not attended in a good amount of time, really all summer. And the father is away for a majority of time up until I think mid-November. So the family's kind of just been disconnected. And so I've been, because of my training experience and my degree in exercise science, I've actually been personal training with the family and was able to extend an invite out to them to kind of come back and get connected. And Jackson, who I called Jay, loved the service. And being able to see the family later, or really yesterday, it was really cool because that was all that Jackson wanted to talk about with me, was how awesome it was to hang out with our dream team, have fun during service, to sing, dance, and have some fun. And what was super cool was when I showed up to their house, um, Jackson was listening to the music video that we show in preschool on the weekend for the past month, and he was dancing, having fun, and I got to join him in it. And so, guys, just know that what you're doing now makes a difference. That lives are being changed, and that it's not only being affected here when they walk in through our doors, but guys, that kids are taking it out amongst themselves into their homes, showing their parents what's going on. So guys, thanks for all that you do. But we also had an awesome opportunity on Tuesday night to kind of unveil something that is near and dear to my heart. And so I'm one to think in organization and be structure and everything like that. And so in this sheet of paper, which is also attached in the email that this video is, the link is in. You can go ahead and pull it up if you would like and look at it side by side, or do whatever you need to. But this is going to be our new dream team structure. I'm super excited about this. And so at the top, we have the kids director position, which is Hannah and myself. We're the directors, and we oversee everything that happens back here in the kids ministry, all the way from weekend prep to the admin team to what happens in preschool in the rooms and elementary, and check-in. But when we're spread thin amongst all of these areas, when we're spread super thin, we can't be to the max capacity that Hannah and I can function in. And when we're spread thin, we can't take time to focus on the things that we need to focus on. And so that's where you guys come into play. And so there are different roles. There's things called coordinators, there's coaches, there's team leads, which is the TL, and the team members. And I think over the past year, or however long White House Kids has existed, this team has been amazing. I've seen the team grow in huge ways and change lives like no other, especially the kids that come in, the parents that drop their kids off. But if I'm going to be real honest, I don't know if anybody has necessarily felt elevated more than just a team member. When you come in, you have a role, and that's it. You're just a team member. But I want that to change from here on out. I want that to change for some of you, because some of you guys have amazing potential to make a difference in a much bigger capacity. Because if we're going to be honest, like I said, over the past month, we have seen over 200 kids on average on a weekend. But if we're all going to stay stagnant in the roles that we're in, we are going to be the lid to our capacity as a kids ministry. we are not going to see any growth. We're going to reach a certain point where we are going to see that amount of people, and that is going to be it. Or eventually, when we see that amount of people, and if it grows just a little bit more, we're not going to be ready as a team, and we're not going to have a leadership structure in place. And parents are going to see that, and they're going to see that we're not functioning so well, and that we're not able to care for their kids. Well, I want that to change. I want us to be able to shoot for the stars and see what God has in store for us. And a lot of that comes with prayer. And praying that God would provide kids and families to walk in through our doors, to know God, find freedom, discover their purpose and make a difference. With our mission being that we exist to introduce kids to Jesus and the life-changing adventure with Him, I think we need to start putting a plan in place. And so this is something that God has put near and dear on my heart. And so for some of you, if you attended on Tuesday night, some of you have already voiced what you're interested in. I'm super excited to be able to talk to you guys about what that can look like. But there are some people that I think you would be great in these coordinator positions because you have a gift set and those eyes that just Hannah and I don't necessarily have. And so what you could do, you could be the coordinator over one of these 4 buckets. And man, when you are focused on just that one thing, that could just take off like no other. Because if Hannah and I, like I said, if we're spread thin, unfortunately, we have to divide our time and our energy amongst 4 different things. But if we have you guys, the people that I think could do an amazing job at these, just think about that one area and give all of your effort to that when you're here on the weekend or throughout the week. If you're thinking about the kids ministry and praying for the kids ministry, I think it would go much further, much faster. We're going to see life change like no other. And so for that being said, there are different roles. There's the coordinator, the coaches, the team leads, and those are also attached. The job descriptions are attached to the email that this link was found in. And so if you're interested, please, please, please let me know. I'm going to have conversations with you guys. I'm going to reach out to some of you asking, you know what, I think you'll be a great role or you'll be a great fit in this role. What are your thoughts? I'm going to ask you guys to pray and step up. Because each and every one of you are uniquely gifted and you're on this team for a reason, and I can't thank you enough for everything you do. But if we're not thinking about the future and thinking about who are we replacing ourselves with, that question of who am I inviting along the journey with me and make a difference in the lives of the families that come through here, we're going to reach that capacity. And so I want you to just take a moment and think about what could happen if those of you that stepped up in a huge way in these roles and team lead roles and coach roles and possibly the coordinator role, what could happen if rather than just being stuck where you're at, what could happen if you replaced yourself and recreated yourself in some other individual, or maybe even 2, 3, 4 individuals? What would happen to our ministry and the amount of dream team we could have and the efficiency and the effectiveness and the change that could happen if you were to replace yourself with 1, 2, 3 people rather than just being stuck in what you do on a weekly basis? What if you brought somebody alongside you and said, you know what, you're going to be here because I want to go there and affect other people? And man, we could divide and conquer. We could multiply our differences because, guys, if I'm going to be honest, myself included, we're all the lids to this ministry. But we can prevent that from happening if we replace ourselves in somebody else and we lead a team and we step up to another role and grow. And guys, I think if we do that open-handedly, God's going to bless what we have here. And so for some of you, Josh Vollmer, you're amazing at check-in. I think a majority of people know who you are. Being a guest services coordinator, Jeff Jurassic, you two attended on Tuesday night. And guys, Jeff being a check-in coach, I think that would be amazing. Or, and Amy Rutz during the 9 a.m. I think you could be an amazing preschool coordinator. I think you've been doing your role for such a long time and have experience. But man, if you could replace yourself as a facilitator during the 9 a.m. so that you can focus on making the other services that much better, I think that would be absolutely amazing. But guys, I'm super excited. And so please, please, please take a look at all the content in the email. I'm looking forward to this weekend. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out. But I'm praying for you guys. I appreciate you. I can't wait to see you guys this weekend. Bye.